Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got a really fun video for y'all today. I am so late to this party, the CColor Cosmetics party. Several of you guys have asked me over time to review this brand, so, grab some of the palettes, let you guys know what I think about them, and I'm finally getting around to doing that. So I did place an order and ordered these, and I think I'm going to end up doing several videos because CColor is so kindly sending me some more palettes of theirs, and then I also placed another order. So I'm going to have a lot of different palettes to cover with you guys. So this is going to be basically like part one on these palettes right here. So I'm going to run through the different ones, show you some swatches, chat about the packaging, let you guys know what I think about each one. Spoiler alert, I'm really impressed with these, so it would be kind of difficult to rank them of which one I'm liking most. So it's going to be more like I'm going to show them to you, and then you guys can kind of decide what you're looking for in a palette as far as color, story, packaging, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, just a little look into these palettes, and then I will also show you a little mini tutorial on this look right here, this kind of cranberry, pinky, fun eye look, and also my cheeks. So yeah. Let's get to the video. Okay, so jumping on in with this one first. So pricing on these kind of varies depending on if you get them directly from CColor Cosmetics website or if you purchase them on Amazon. So most of these that I'm showing you here, I believe are between like $7 and $12 or so, from what I'm remembering. So around in that price range, so they're super affordable. Again, you can purchase them directly from CColor Cosmetics or you can purchase them off of Amazon. So let's jump in with this one first. This is the Frost palette. Really pretty packaging on it with the kind of glittery sort of writing there. The stripes are pretty. That's what the back looks like. Good sturdy cardboard packaging to it. It's not overly fancy, but I like it because it's cute, it's affordable, and it's still nice quality for what it is. Open it up, there is a mirror in here. It seems like a good mirror. And here is the color story in this one. So you've got mattes, you've got a few metallic-y shimmery shades, neutrals, mauve tones, different kind of colored neutrals. So this one's kind of a mustardy, almost Campbell type color. You've got those kind of mauve burgundy shades, some purpley tones. This one's a brighter kind of duochromy golden sort of a shade. This one, I don't dislike it, but it's not my absolute favorite. So if I had to say which one is like, I'm not jumping up and down excited about, it would probably be this one. But again, I don't dislike it. I think it's a great palette. I think it's really nice quality, but just the color story, I might not reach for this one quite as much just because I don't really wear these kind of purpley shades a ton. I don't really know why I don't, but I just kind of don't. So this is more personal preference on what kind of colors I use the most and enjoy the most in palettes. That's why I'm kind of saying I'm going to run through these and show you swatches, let you know what I think about them personally, but then you can decide what your personal preferences are. If you like these kind of colors, the quality is great. The mattes are very blendable, pigmented. The metallic-y shades are pigmented, easy to work with. These wear well. That's across the board. I'll go into formula a little bit more after I show you all the swatches, but it's good. So there's this one. Next up is the Juicy palette. The packaging is bright and fun on this one. A bright, bright yellow. Has kind of metallic-y fuchsia pink around the letters. There's the back. You open it up. Does have a mirror in it. And the color story on this one is so fun. This one is very warm tone, bronzy, orangey. You've got mattes and shimmers. Well, I would say more metallic-y shades in this one. So a good mix of different types of shadows in here, but just an overall very bronzy, orangey, sunny, fiery sort of colors in this one. So much fun. Okay, here are the swatches. Wow. Wow. This one is so good. I love this one, but I love these kind of colors. So that's one of the main reasons I love this one so much. The quality is incredible. Those orangey shades are just awesome. So yeah, I have really, really enjoyed this palette. So the Juicy palette. Mattes and shimmers, warm toned, awesome. Next up we have the Feverish palette. I love the packaging on this one. So sparkly and just, it looks like a party. I love the packaging on it. And it goes around to the back too. Again, has a mirror. This one is, I would say, if you love neutral tones and you like warm tones, but especially if you like cool tones, because sometimes cool tones are a little bit harder to find in palettes, they're just not as prevalent. This one would definitely be a great option for you. There are rich colors in here, lighter colors in here, mattes and metallic-y sort of shades, and then you have the fun little, you know, corally shade thrown in here. Look at these swatches. Oh my gosh. Crazy good. So crazy good. Those metallic-y shades really look like melted metal. You can see them there. I mean, that middle one. Oh my gosh. And you can see that the kind of gray, cementy sort of colors that are matte are really good too. Because a lot of times those are difficult to find in a good formula. These seem really good for what they are. I don't know why grays and like cementy sort of colors sometimes seem to be difficult to work with. And these seem good as far as those types of shadows go. But anyway, super pigmented, really pretty. And next up is the Birthday Bash palette. Love the sparkly pink on this one. It is just so fun. Literally looks like a birthday bash party. Love the packaging. This is a bigger palette. Does have a good mirror in here, and the color story on this one is neutral, but then there are some fun colors thrown in here too, like bright pinks, a blue, kind of duochromy purpley shade. This one is a sparkly, it's kind of like a wine burgundy with a teal sparkle in it, shimmer in it, really pretty. And then this one is a silver, so you've got kind of a lot happening in here, but you could totally just do a neutral look with this palette because there's definitely a lot of neutrals in here. I love this palette. Really think the formula is very good. And honestly, if I play with color, I play with pinks the most. Those are kind of my favorites to play with, and cranberry shades. So I get a lot of use out of these kinds of colors. So I really like this one, that it is neutral, but also has some of those fun colors that I will get use out of. So yeah, mattes and shimmers, neutral, but also some other fun colors thrown in there. Then next up is the Cherry palette. Love the packaging once again on this one. So this is a tin sort of a packaging. Really like the kind of reflective duochromy look to it. It's very pretty. This one also has a mirror in it. I have not used this mirror, hang on. The mirror in this one is very fun house. So the mirror in this one doesn't seem very usable at all, so just FYI on that, but that's not a make it or break it for me. So just FYI. So this one is very much that Cherry palette sort of color story. It's got kind of wine, burgundy sort of shades, sort of neutral peachy shades, warm toned neutral shades, kind of a lighter rosy shade. I do notice that the formula of these shadows and this one seems to be a little bit softer, and especially the metallic-y shades seem a little bit, I don't like the word crumbly, but more kind of loosely packed almost in their pans, but they are super duper pigmented. So it really does not bother me at all that they are like that. Just an FYI, I would definitely tap off your brush. You don't need a ton of product with these shadows, especially the metallics. You can see them there. I mean, they are crazy pigmented. So if you get a ton of product on your brush, you are gonna get fallout in your pan, on your face. You just don't need a lot of product. So FYI on the formula on these, but really a beautiful palette. I love these kind of colors. I have definitely been enjoying this one. I would say this one is one of my favorites. And last up, I have the Natural Face palette to show you. So this is what the packaging looks like on this. Comes with a little outside sleeve, and then here is the packaging. So a little bit thicker sort of packaging. It sort of overlaps, and you open it like this. There is a mirror. This mirror seems better and usable, so that's good. So you get 3 different, I would say these are kind of more matte satin sort of finish, and then you get more kind of metallic-y highlighter shades down here. So it's a face palette. This is so good, y'all. I love this palette so much. Super impressed. I love the kind of indentation in the shadows. I think that's, or in the face products. I think that's really a pretty detail in it. And y'all, the formula is so good. Absolutely amazing. I mean, these are crazy blendable. I would say this one is more on the satin side. These are a little bit closer to matte, but they're not flat matte, not dry matte. So they're kind of in between a matte and a satin, but this one definitely has a little bit more of a sheen than these do. So there are those, and then look at those highlighters. Wow, wow. They are metallic-y sort of a finish, so I mean, if you do build them up a lot, they can accentuate texture. It's just that thicker sort of a formula to them that can sometimes do that. But just apply them lightly. You know, I mean, even me, I have some texture, but sometimes I just build it up because I don't care. I just want that metallic-y fun highlight shade on my cheeks. It is so pretty. I'm crazy impressed with this palette. Definitely one of my favorites. I have got product like all over me, but let's chat about formula, wear time, and my overall thoughts and impressions on these products. So formula, I find it to be really, really good. The mattes are very blendable, pigmented, easy to work with. The metallic shades are beautiful as well. They kind of vary in how pigmented they are. Some of them take a little bit of building, and I also like to use them with a setting spray. And then some of them are just crazy, amazing pigmentation right off the bat, which I find that across most brands. And I think that that is not a bad thing, because I think there are different times that you might want the different options. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't want that crazy melted metallic look on your eyes every single day. Maybe you want a little bit softer look for every day or work or whatever. So I think there's a place for both, and I think they do both really well. But you can always kick up the ones that that you want a little bit more pigmentation to. You can always kick them up with a setting spray. Wear time on them. Found that to be really good as well. I always notice a little bit of fading with eyeshadows across the board, high-end, affordable, all the shadows. I always notice that. And I found these to be really good wear time. I did not notice significant fading with them. They really stay very vibrant, so I found that to be good. I think the formula overall I would describe as moving towards a soft formula, but not the softest formula I have worked with. I think it's a very easy to work with, slightly soft formula. So I would just tap off your brush. You don't need a ton of product, especially with those kind of looser packed metallic-y shades. Those are kind of some tips I would tell you, but I find the formula to be really good and the wear time really good. So my overall thoughts and impressions on them, I think they're awesome products. I'm very impressed. You can't beat the price point. I think the packaging is cute. I've really, really been enjoying them and been very impressed. So that's my overall review. Now we're gonna get to the tutorial. Let's get to that. Okay, y'all, so I think I'm gonna do a little combo look using the Birthday Bash palette and then also the Cherry palette. That's my plan. Okay, so let me get a brush. Let me get prepared, which clearly I'm not. Where's the brush I want? Okay, so I'm gonna jump in with the Birthday Bash palette. I'm gonna take this one right in the middle here. Not that one, this one. And tap off my brush a little bit. You can see soft, but really not a ton of kick up in there, just a little bit. I would tap off your brush. Then I'm gonna start applying this in my crease and transition area and just slowly build up this color, but you can see, doesn't take a lot of building. Just so you can see. So there is some kick up there, but not a ton. Just kind of wanted to really let y'all see what it looks like. Okay, next I'm gonna take this one in the Cherry palette, just so you guys can see more colors in action. And I'm gonna apply that basically in the same place, keeping it a little bit lower though. I'm not blending up since we've already got a blend up to or towards the brow bone. Just kind of playing with more colors. Now I'm gonna take a smaller brush. This is a Luxie 121 mini tapered, little tiny cute brush. And I'm gonna go back in with the Birthday Blast palette and get this kind of mauve-y, pinky sort of shade here. And apply this. I think I'm just gonna put it all over my lid, because why not? Oh goodness, I love that pink. It's so pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with the Cherry palette and get this shade right here. Slightly darker, mauve-ier shade, and put this in my outer corner, just for that depth and dimension. Kind of creating a cranberry, neutral sort of an eye look. You can see on my face, I have not wiped off my face or anything. I mean, I have a little tiny bit of fallout, but it's very minimal. If you tap off your brush, really don't notice a lot. A little bit because they are a softer formula, but not crazy soft, and there's not a ton of fallout, just a little bit. Okay, next, just for fun, I think I'm gonna do this pink right here from the Birthday palette. So I'm gonna get that on a brush. I'm gonna first apply it just dry so you guys can see. Kind of typical metallic-y sort of shade. This is what it looks like dry. I would say most metallic shades are like this, where it's really not crazy metallic. I would say it's in between a shimmer and a metallic. So I'd say a lot of them are kind of like this, where they are pigmented, but not like wapow melted metal looking until you use a setting spray. So I'm gonna get some of this on my brush. I'm gonna get a setting spray, spray my brush, and then apply more of this to my lid. You can see that just really brings out that metallic-y sheen. Then you can go in with that small crease brush. This is a Morphe M507. And just kind of go out here and do any blending that you feel like you need to do. If you lost any of those shadows under that kind of bright pinky shade, you can reapply. I'm just doing a little bit of soft blending. Okay, and then I'm gonna take from the Cherry palette this shade right here. I'm playing with a lot of shadows, y'all. So you can see a lot of them in action. Tap off my brush, because this is a, I don't know how to describe this sort of formula. I mean, it's very similar to, you know, an Urban Decay or a Too Faced sort of shadow that's like this. If you kind of get in there, it can be kind of loosely packed. So just, you know, tap off your brush. It's not a big deal. Tap off your brush. I'm going to use some setting spray with it and apply this right into the inner part of my lid, just for a little bit more metallic-y, pinky color right there. Okay, I'm gonna apply some liner and mascara to my upper lash line, upper lashes, and I'll be right back. Went ahead and applied some concealer and powder. Just realized I could take off that top thing on my Birthday Bash palette, so I've taken that off now. Okay, for my lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with this kind of peachy shade. So I'm right here, beside that pink one. And just run this along my lower lash line. Love that. Okay, and then just for funsies, I think I'm gonna take this bright pink, this one right here, and apply just a little bit of this in my outer corner. Man, that's pigmented. A little bit goes a long way with that. If you ever feel like your shadows get a little bit too low, like you don't want them quite so low, just take your concealer brush, and I'm just kind of lightly buffing along that, kind of the bottom side of it. Just sort of softens those lines and blends everything. Little tip. Now I'm just gonna apply some CoverGirl Clump Crusher to my lower lashes. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna take the Natural Face palette, and get the bronzer shade. This is a BH Cosmetics Studio 15 brush. Tap off my brush and just buff this into the hollows of my cheeks and kind of blend up. These blend like a dream, so doesn't take much blending to get them to look good. It's really just kind of getting them on your face, because they really almost blend themselves. That kind of a really easy to work with formula. Okay, then I'm going to take a little combo of these two pinky shades, so just kind of go back and forth into each of them using just an angled brush, and I'm going to pop this on my cheeks. Such a pretty neutral pink. Obviously the lighter one is a lighter pink. The deeper one is kind of a mid-tone, just good matte pink. Then for highlighter, I'm going to do a little combo of these two. Just kind of go back and forth in each of them. You can see I'm kind of barely touching because they're very pigmented. So just getting a little bit on a duo fiber brush, tap off my brush, and then softly building this up. I would rather start with just a little bit and then be able to build slowly. That's always my preference with highlighters. I think they just work better that way. But these are beautiful. Then per usual, I want a little pop on the inner corners of my eyes. So I'm gonna take that highlighter right there, that lightest one, on a Precision Smudge Brush, number 29, Sephora collection. And just gonna pop that right on the inner corners of my eyes just for a little pop of brightness and shimmer. Okay guys, so that wraps up this video. So I hope that you really enjoyed it and I hope it was helpful for you. Please do a thumbs up if it was and let me know down below what you think about these products. I would love to hear your thoughts and impressions on them. What are some of your favorite products from this brand? If you've tried it out, let me know that down below. Ask any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!